Now guys, this video now will explain almost all the questions we have in our mind. So these are the things we are going to be learning from this video as outlined by the table of contents I drew. The first thing, we are going to look at how to locate Bybit futures section. Secondly, we are going to look at brief on Bybit futures interface, right? Which is a lot of things that are there. We are going to look at, their workability, but I wouldn't want this video to be long. Then thirdly, we are going to look at how to transfer funds from any of your accounts to Bybit futures. Four, we are going to look at how to take any signal. Okay, so I want you to get your pen and paper, because when I will read to signal, I will call it out so that you write it down. And when you write it down, keep looking at it while I insert the trade. Then 6, we are going to look at special settings before taking a trade, like setting your leverage, stop loss, and take profit. Okay, then we look at the skills of a profitable trader in crypto. Every profitable trader doesn't just leave his trade like that. Sometimes you take some partial profit and allow the rest to run. For example, if you when we reach there, I will explain it. All right, the next thing, we are going to look at how to push stop loss to entry. All right, how to push up stop loss and how to push stop loss to entry. These are skills of profitable trader. Now let's get started. Let's look at the first thing, which is the Bybit interface. And when you come to your Bybit, you are going to be seeing something like this, right? The next thing you are required to locate is the futures part of Bybit. They call it futures, but Bybit call it another thing. Look at the futures part of Bybit. Bybit calls it derivative. So let's click on it. All right. As I have clicked on it, you are going to see a lot of things. So let's start explaining it. Here is called leverage. So there are two types of leverages on futures in general, not only Bybit, but they call it margin. So let's call it margin. Okay, I'll show you the difference between margin and leverage. Margin is what is used to determine leverage. This particular one I pointed out now is called margin. So they have two types of margin, cross and isolated. So when I click on it, you're going to be seeing this and this. You understand me? So the one I selected is cross margin, and that is what we are going to be using. That is what we are going to be using, guys. They also bring a new one on Bybit, which is portfolio margin. But the one we are going to be using here is isolated and cross margin. What is cross margin? When you use cross margin, if you don't put stop loss to that trade, if you just leave that trade like that to be running, if you tell the exchange that I am using $1, because I will show you when we are taking the trade, you see where you are going to put your amount and the rest of that, right? So let's say you put $1 without stop loss, and if the trade is going and it was going in loss, it crossed that $1 that you have told them. The exchange will not stop that trade. They will cross over. That's why they call it cross margin. They will cross over to your remaining money on your futures wallet. They will cross over and pick another fund there and salvage the situation, hold the trade until maybe after then the trade can still start going in profit. So, but if you are using stop loss on cross margin, it doesn't have any power again. But the reason why we are using cross margin instead of isolated is that there is how isolated behave. Isolated, if you put 100%, it will not even wait for it to reach 100% when you are making a loss. It will just reach something like 85 or 95%. It will cut you out of the trade. And they charge more on isolated. The exchanges have their charges. Whether you are going long or going short, they have charge. They give you just more minute charge. And that of isolated is bigger than that of cross. So you find out that anytime you hit stop loss on isolated, that what they collect from you, the charge they collect from you, like you might hit stop loss of something, you put $10. You see isolated taking around $10, 5 cents. To us and to traders, 5 cents is big for you to just take like that. But if it is cross, they will just charge a very little. And another thing again, which is very important, is that if you are using cross margin, there is how cross margin behaves in trading. It gives room to a lot of things, but if I start going there, you might get confused. But isolated doesn't behave like that. The only advantage of isolated here is that they won't cross over and bring more fund from your funds. If you use isolated here, let me now go there. If you say that you are using $1 That $1 is the only thing the book is going to collect from you when you are going on stop loss. Once it's reached that $1, it will just move out of the trade, which simply means that in isolated, if your stop loss is 100%, there is no need of putting it, unless your stop loss is like 20, 30. That is when you are going to add it on isolated. But if it is 100%, you have no problem. Just go and relax. Once your stop loss is going and reach like 95%, they will take 5 cents or 5% from your actual capital and then take you out of the trade. That's why it's reached like 95 only before they take you out. So I hope you get that now. And again, we are using cross margin because of this particular thing. There is when I'm gonna give you guys trade, then I would like to tell us to put our stop loss at 200%. So if you are going to be trading with $1, I will tell everyone to use 0.5 because 200% of 0.5 should be giving us $1. You understand? So we can tweak a lot of things, we can do a lot of things with cross margin and it will accept it, but isolated can never accept that for you. So I hope I'm understood. Now the next thing is where you have available. So this particular place is the available funds, because when it comes to futures, they have futures accounts separately. Exchanges have divided all these things. They have futures accounts separately. They have spot accounts. They have, though Bybit is changing the name of everything, but Binance is not doing it like that. Binance will tell you this is futures account, this is spot account, this is funding. And what is the difference between these three? Funding is the particular account your money lands. Immediately you buy from P2P. And the funding is the same place where you are going to push your money before you sell it in a P2P. So funding has to do with funding your account. Anything that has to do with funding your account, that is the money that is there. So if you want to sell on P2P, you convert your money from anywhere it is, you transfer it to funding, right? Before you sell off. If you buy, immediately they release your fund on P2P, it will land on funding. You cannot use it to do anything any other place. So if you want to now use it on futures, you do what? You transfer the fund from funding to futures, and Bybit here calls it unified trading account. That's what they call the wallet of our derivative. But in Binance, I don't know whether they have changed it because I don't use Binance to trade often. They call it futures as of my own time, right? But the spot, they also have the spot wallet. If you transfer your money from that fund after buying it from P2P to spot wallet, you are now saying that you want to use it and trade spots. Like look at here under the screen where you have derivative. At the right hand side of it, we still have spot. Spot is different from futures. Spot is just buying a coin. If I see potential in Bitcoin, that Bitcoin might rise days to come, you understand me, I will just buy it and keep. So it is unlike futures. Futures is just like staking, like betting that a price will go up and down. So we make profit in any direction of the coin in futures, but in spot you make profit only when the coin is on bullish. Just like you bought a pen. If you bought a pen 10 naira, you hold it. When they are selling that pen 15 naira, you sell it and make a profit of 5 naira. You understand me? That's the only thing. You can never say if pen is going down that I should make profit on it. No, spot is just like normal market buying. So if I buy BTC now and BTC price start increasing, my own will start, just like when you buy a coin to save now. So you guys supposed to know it. After that, you are going to see more interface. From here, this place they wrote market is where you are gonna be, putting what, how you want to enter the trade. You might be seeing a chart and the trade is telling you, maybe you see 1, 2, 3. Let me just use layman numbers. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up till 10, just like a graph. And the trade now is around 2. But you have taken your technical analysis and discovered that the trade, when it reaches 3, it will start moving up. Or when it comes back to 1, it will start moving up. So this place you have market is where you determine how you are going to enter it. If you want to enter that trade later because you don't know when it will reach, maybe you'll be busy, you need to click on here. If you click on that market, all right, it's going to bring a lot of things, all right, but the two things we're going to be using is limit and market. So if you want to enter the market later when it reaches to that one and you don't want to be looking at the chart, you click on this limit that I've just clicked, then put your order price to 1. It depends on the coin. All right, so we'll still get there. So you put your limit order to 1. Then you then set other things. But if you want to enter immediately, let's say immediately you are looking at the chart, it is now on a potential place you need to enter the market. You use market. If you use market, it enters the trade immediately you trade it. You see the difference. The next one is the coin we are to trade. See this one, I'm on Reef Trade. I have been there with you guys when I was posting it in the general group. So here, if you know the quantity you can put to give a particular amount of money you are using to trade, you put it here. But I don't normally use it. What I use is this particular toggle. This toggle, that is what I use. When I'm using it now, you will be seeing the value on top. So let's say I move it over here. If I had money, like I have 00, if I had money now, you'll be seeing the amount here. You'll be seeing the amount of what it cost here, right? You'll be seeing it here. So you'll be seeing it here, and also you'll be seeing it here. You'll be seeing the amount of Reef you are trading, and which is the most important place here. Here you'll be seeing how much you are investing in dollars. This is the most important place we need. Then under it, you're going to see TP and SL. This is the place you put your take profit and your stop loss. If I tap on it, it will first tell me, please enter the contract quantity. So we will still get there, and I will still explain it in detail when I push my funds over here. Now under it, you now have the measurement. That is the button you will press, it will enter the trade. That is your buy or your sell. If you're buying, you are saying that the coin is moving up, and if you're selling, you are saying that the coin is moving down. There are other things that are not even important for us particularly, right? But I am still going to explain it to you guys. Let's go here. When you look at here, this is your market. The one that is on top shows people selling, and the one under it shows people buying, right? Now when we take it up, like, let me cancel this, and then this place shows if you are gonna be charged or not. There is something a lot of people don't understand, all right? But that one, I think I have explained it in one of my videos. There is a trade you will be. There is a particular direction it will be going. The exchange will pay you. There is a direction it will be going. You will pay the exchange, which is the charges. So they pay the charges in two ways. They either pay you the charge, or so it depends on the direction. But when I enter there, more time will be consumed. Looking at this, remember we are still on the interface of Bybit. Looking under here, right? So this place, which is the order section, shows every order, limit order, any limit order you put, it shows it there. If you put take profit, you'll be seeing it there. Stop loss, you'll be seeing it there. So any order you have taken, it will be showing there. This place you have position is your current trade, and this place you have asset is the asset you have, and blah blah blah. All right, so that is it. This is the first video